Hey everybody, it's Jason here. I am here at the March for Medicare for All at the intersection of Hollywood and Highland. I'm here with Carlos, organizer like no other. And just tell us why Medicare for All is obviously so desperately needed.
Look, which is when are going through a pandemic right now, and as many people have discovered, is that we have a system that is broken. We have a system that leaves a lot of people out, and that has to stop. That needs to change. Literally millions. Here in California, we have so many people, over 3 million people with no health insurance. We have people that have to make choices between buying food or buying medication. We have people that have no access to a dentist, no access to an eye doctor. We have problems. We have serious problems, and that should not be taking place in a rich country like this, the United States of America. So we are here to be able to pretty much highlight the fact that we have a broken system that needs to change. We need to highlight the fact that a lot of people have fallen victims unnecessarily to a system that has left them out, and many people have died because, again, they have no medical reach, if you will, or they are not able to participate because of their economic status.
So what would you say to the elected officials who know full well that there's people who they basically just turn a blind eye to the fact that poor people don't go to the doctor because they worry about the $2,000 or $4,000 bill for a regular checkup, something that somebody who's well insured or who has plenty of money doesn't have that problem. They would never worry about that problem. What do you say to those elected officials who just choose to turn a blind eye? They know those people exist, but they choose to turn a blind eye to them. What would you say to them today?
Well, I actually like to switch this a little bit, and I like to speak to the people, not the politicians. I'm going to tell you why. Because for far too long, the people have been asleep at the wheel. We have allowed them to not care for Medicare for all or for the issues that we care about. I will blame a lot on us because we have been absent. We elect people and then we let them do whatever they want to. So a big responsibility falls on us. So I think, yes, look, before I start putting demands on elected officials, I need to start looking at what am I doing? You know, am I absent at the table? I am not engaged. I'm not paying attention. All those things are important because they're going to continue business as usual when they feel no heat. I think that the heat, it starts with us. It starts participating, that all of a sudden they start paying attention. All of a sudden they feel the pressure. All of a sudden they have people calling them all the time and demanding for healthcare for all. So I think that, yes, we need to talk to elected officials. Yes, we need to be engaged, and we need to be very, very, very forceful in our demands. But again, for me, what I think is more important is for us to be able to be engaged.
But I find that with a lot of people, even when you talk to them about direct action, which I agree with you on 100%, the problem is that people will spend so much time saying over and over, oh, it'll never work, they'll never do anything, it'll never work, they'll never do anything. As a result, we the people do nothing because we keep believing that. To your point, what would you say to those people?
And that is my point right there. Look, if we want anything to change, first of all, we got to change. We got to believe that this is something that we want, that is needed, that must change. If we don't believe that, if it's not in our hearts and we are not convinced of that, then it doesn't matter what we tell elected officials because we are not, believers of what we want.
But how do you get the people who sit on the sidelines sort of saying, yeah, it'll never happen? How do you get them to actually take real action, which is as simple as a phone call? How do you get people to actually do that?
All those things, we have a lot of tactics that we can use and everything, but I think it's educating the public and let them know that anything is possible when we come together. If we don't come together, if we're not willing to go to meetings, if we're not willing to sit down and do some strategic planning, doesn't matter what we can go over there and demand whatever, but then we have no plan B, C, and D. We got to be able to have a starting point, and we have to be able to engage, if we are meeting certain goals. Once that happens, when we start seeing and having traction, it becomes easier. It becomes a lot easier. So I think, again, part of it has to do with us being able to believe in these things, be able to organize ourselves, be able to sacrifice by going to meetings, by attending, by educating ourselves. Exactly like this. They should be packed over here, you know. And we're expecting more numbers, but again, there's people that say, yes, we want Medicare for all, but never show up. So again, that's to my point.
So now I have been a direct victim of the economic criminal activity of the health insurance industry and the healthcare industry. Can you tell me a little bit about how you or someone you know and love has also been victimized by our for-profit, people come last, profits come first health insurance industry or healthcare industry?
Sure. Look, I suffer from severe asthma. I have an underlying condition. When COVID-19 hit, pretty much the doctor didn't want me to be involved in my work because I'm a letter carrier and I'm not able to engage the public. They would not let me. So I was sent home. And it's been a year and a half, pretty much, since I have not been there. So since I'm not logging in any hours, and because, again, it becomes a labor management and case for me and everything. It's going to take time before I start seeing any results once I file my grievances. In the meantime, they want to drop me from my insurance because there's no money going in. I have to be able to go see a doctor, but again, there's co-payments. Where do I get the money to be able to buy the medicine that I need on a monthly basis? I have to take medicine daily.
Especially when you see that the pharmaceutical companies have lobbied Congress to outlaw makers of generic medicines, which cost far less. My daughter uses EpiPens. She needs EpiPens. And Mylan Pharmaceutical, whose CEO is the daughter of West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, has no background in healthcare. But she has a senator who's a father. So she's the CEO of a health insurance company. They lobby Congress to outlaw generic competitors, making the price more expensive for people like you and me.
Right. Look, the fact of the matter is that insurance companies, all these people that profit on healthcare, pretty much have an army of lobbyists. They have an army of lobbyists. We need to have an army of people that are going to be, toe-to-toe there. We have to be able to pretty much call for meetings with our representatives. They got to be able to hear the other side. But if we're not there, they're pretty much allowing them to do what they want to do.
Carlos, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching.